Hello and welcome back to episode 16 of HardReset's High Score Shooter game tutorial in Godot. In this episode, we'll work on a little bit of bug fixing and then we'll export our project. Let's begin! So, as you can see, our game is now in fully playable state and I would say it is pretty fun, but before we export our project, there is one simple bug that really bothers me. If our characters, so if our, for example, enemies walk towards us from the top, they can get stuck. Like we cannot really go upwards and they are stuck with us and they will always leech onto us and they will deal damage. And I wish I would say this is like actually thought out mechanic for leeches, but it is not. It is not intended, which means it is a bug. So how can we fix that? Actually, it's incredibly easy, because by default we used CharacterBody, and by default CharacterBody are mostly used for platformers. They have two different motion modes. They have a grounded mode, let us see this right now. They have a grounded... Why this spears? They have a grounded mode, which basically applies when notions of walls, and as you can see, this mode is suitable for sided games like platformers, but it is not our game. Our game is a top-down game. And as you can see, the best thing we could probably do is set this to floating, because right here it says that this mode is suitable for top-down games. So all you want to do is go into here and switch this to floating. And we can do the same thing for our enemy. Let's go into floating. And now if we play the game plays normally, and our enemies no longer leech into our character. So therefore, this little bug is now fixed. Amazing! So yeah, that's all for the bug fixing. Thanks for the watching. No. Well, let's actually export our project as well. Luckily for us, exporting is really easy. All you want to do is go into project, export, and now we have this. As you can see, currently we have no presets found. So what we can do is just go and click add. And for me, I will use Windows Desktop because I know that this is the most popular one. We click it and we have a huge lot of errors, but don't you worry. All you want to do is go into Manage Export Templates. I have no idea why I pronounced it like that. And as you can see, export templates are missing, and all you want to do is just go and click download and install them from a file. The Godot might ask you that you need to go online to do that. You can say yes, and then you will just start downloading. After it finishes downloading, all you want to do is just hit close, and one more time go into project, export, and now our Windows Desktop works fine. There are a few advanced options, but basically all you want to do is you can decide if you want to embed the PCK. This basically means that whenever you export your file, it will be one file. It will be only .exe file. It will be a pretty large exe file, but still it will be only one file, and some people really like that. You have a few different things. You can choose your icon. So for example, you can go and I will select my art. I can get this as my icon, so cool. We have console wrapper icon, so I also can go here and create art and go here. We have file version, product version, company name, product name, game name, file description, so we can call the game name the Topdown Shooter Reset. Company name is something different, so we can call ourselves the HardReset.Info, or you can do whatever you want. Basically, you can input a few different things. After you're done, cool game. After you're done, you can just go into hit export project, and as you can see, we can export the project already into .exe. We can also uncheck export with debug if you want to like make a final version, though I don't think it's really that necessary. So you can go into highscoreshooter.exe. Let's go save. And now we can go into here. I have this in my documents. And as you can see, my High Score Shooter game has a very ugly icon, but I don't really care. We can click that. And as you can see, we have our game working properly like this. And we can play it just as exe. You can probably share it and save it to your friends. You can do basically whatever you want. So yeah, that is all for this episode, and that's all for the entire course. If you want to have more ideas on how you can probably add more content to the game, well, I got you. First of all, you can try to add more enemy types, because making new enemies is very, very easy. You can just copy this one and, for example, make it so there's the brute that has more health but is slower, and then there's this little baby zombie that has only, for example, 1 or 2 health points but is very, very fast. It's incredibly basic, but it's a good start, and you can always go then into the script and basically enemy spawner. You can have it so you will probably have instead of enemy scenes, you want to have an array of enemy scenes, and then you can just pick random and spawn a random enemy via the spawn enemy function. As a little bit more advanced things, you for example could add a health kit. You can add a new node being an area 2D, and it will be a medkit, like a green medkit, and from killing enemies you have, let's say, 20% chance of spawning the medkit, or like 10% chance, and the medkit will heal 1 HP or like 2 HP of yours, and maybe there's a chance for a big medkit and that will actually increase your max health. This will work, and what's really cool is that this will work with your health bar as well, using the system we've made previously. It's a very cool thing. As a little must-have thing, and it's kind of my fault because I always record these videos without headphones on my head, but you can always add sounds. We have a tutorial. No, I don't think we have a tutorial on that. Not sure. You can always search for different tutorials on how to add sounds, like UI sounds, which we do have tutorial about, or like game sounds, for example, shooting, enemies roar, and enemies death, or something like that. And adding all of these will be really useful. You can always try to watch our polishing course on the Flappy Bird, the one we did before. And then you can, for example, learn how to create particle system, so once the enemy is dead, it will go or blah, or something like that. You can always go and create your own custom art. I technically have singular PNG, which is pretty boring, technically, and of course, if you want to, you can always use the default icon for this. Like, it's the exact same thing. But you can switch it up to like custom animated sprite that you did, or your friend did, or something like that. You can try to add XP, like think Vampire Survivors. You can gain XP when you're killing enemies, and after you gain enough XP, you level up and you can choose a perk. So, for example, you can increase the bullet damage, or you can make it so whenever you shoot, you're actually shooting twice the bullets, but they have a little bit of randomness in the rotation degrees, which is actually very easy to add. And there's like from here on out, you can basically expand into any kind of direction you want. You can make new weapons, you can make new bullet types, like a heavy bullet, a fire bullet, a frosting bullet, exploding bullet. All of that you can do using the existing things. As you can see, destroy bullet, you can make it so here spawns an explosion. Or maybe it will spawn a trace of toxins whenever it lands, and only 5th bullet in your chamber will do that. You can spawn you can create a whole reload mechanic and a reload minigame when you need to actually reload your gun, and maybe you can add a perk that the last ammunition in your chamber is going to deal twice the damage. But as a downside, it will increase the reload time. Yeah, there's a really whole lot you can do, and all I can say is the things that I always say. If you've enjoyed this series, make sure to leave a comment, like the video. If you'd make some really cool additions to this project, you can always share them down in the comments. I will gladly read them. And as always, good luck on your game dev journey. Hopefully, see you next time.